And we are now rolling.
Hello, everybody, on this wonderful Saturday to another episode of the Not With That Attitude podcast. As always, I am your resident Dr. Kyle Pidgeon. Also joining me, as always, we have Tick and MZ. And today, I'm going to, let's see, let me start off with, two main things. So one a little serious to start off, but that's going to feed into the next more fun thing that I think you both will enjoy. So in prior episodes, I know we've talked about a number of issues, and I think a lot of times it always just comes back to proper education. We need to know reform education. So I kind of wanted to talk about what ideas y'all might have. We've touched on a little bit, but kind of want to go a little deeper with it, like what ideals and how we would change not just the material of the American education system, but like the methods of teaching more so. That's more so what I kind of want to get into. Because there was there's a TikTok I saw a while ago. I think it had with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think he was on a podcast or something. But I think he made an interesting point that I hadn't really thought of. So it's like, so think about when we were kids, we were in school, growing up and whatnot, and us, everyone else were always just like, we couldn't wait for the day to end. We couldn't wait to go home. Couldn't wait for summer vacation to go in. So the idea he proposed is like, okay, how do we get the reverse of that? How do we get kids to not look forward to the end of the school day, to actually be excited to go to school, to be excited to learn? What do we got to do to get them into that mindset? So right. I kind of wanted to hear what you guys had to think on that, or maybe any ideas you might have on how we could get them there.
So an effective method I've seen a lot of teachers start using now, and it's worked really well in engaging the kids as well. For one, being engaging and like building a actual good relationship with the kids
right.
in class, and like basically making it where you're a good source, where you are, as a teacher anyway, where you make things fun and you make things like, worth wanting to learn in some fashion, creativity, adding in reasons to want to learn as well. Reward systems work heavily with
right.
everything, so.
Because
it's like if we can get a like fucking like 22,000 pound slaughter machine from the ocean to obey commands at SeaWorld, I'm pretty sure rewarding kids to do good behavior and want to learn is going to help.
Definitely like using rewards as a motivator would definitely help more. I know, as far as like the rest of it, I know it can be really hard because obviously not every teacher is created equal. Not every teacher is going to be as charismatic or engaging, and so on and so forth. So there's that challenge there. But because like the thing I was,
and also not every student's going to react to the same sort of reward.
And I think exactly. It's like one of those things where it's going to require a lot more work, but being able to kind of like individualize things for each student and like find a way to help them want to learn, and just basically let them know that they're being heard out and they're being seen. That also can play a huge role in whether they care or not.
Yeah, because I
don't know if you all have been exposed, but I have more friends that have had kids, and so I hear all sorts of different teaching methods and different school ages. But I also have friends that teach. But a lot of schools now are leaning towards the more Montessori style of teaching, where they kind of lead their own classes. So they find things that they're interested in and incorporate what they're interested in into what they can learn.
Okay, yeah, see, that ties into what I was going to say, because deGrasse Tyson also touched on this, because he was like, okay, like, I think like the obvious thing, or the obvious clue for as far as improving the teaching methods, where it's just like, okay, just look at what engages kids currently, what gets excited currently, in today's world, like, and use that as kind of a platform. So like, see what of those things that they already find interesting and engaging, how can we adapt that to education?
Yeah,
like, as a no obvious little jump point there.
So, like, with Montessori schools, they'll have, like, play sets out, and they can go to, like, a kitchen play set and start pretending to cook. And you can, with that, learn some basic arithmetic for, like, the elementary school, or not elementary school, but, like, preschool age kids. Like, feeding into their creativity in that way, and then also adding in elements that you can actually learn some sort of academic thing in there. Following, but it also gets twisted in certain ways, so you have to make sure that they're actually following the methods that were originally used, because they do bastardize the system a lot in the US, especially.
That's just human nature, it feels like. You twist something into like how you want it to be, or like the individual wants it, or like things like that, and it's like suddenly it's just like lost all meaning. And it's no longer even the original intent.
Right,
100%.
But also the thing with like the quote unquote gentle parents, they do similar things to teach emotional regulation and things like that, where if something happens, they mirror a behavior, and then you learn how to do stuff like that. But like finding things that are engaging and can pique your interest is always a way to teach and have things be retained. So I feel like if they can just find a way to not necessarily gamify everything, but gamify more things, because we all remember playing Oregon Trail.
Yep.
Never played
in elementary school.
Never played it.
You never played it?
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Your school was gypped. Gypped of a memory.
Yep.
Yeah, I think. See, I'm trying to think. I don't. As far, because like the only like computer game stuff, I think wasn't even part of like actual like school. So it was part of the piano school that I attended. When I was really little, because I know they have no little computer games to help you memorize, the various keys and whatever good boy does fine. Those the notes on the line.
See, my piano lessons were all in my house, so like they were on an actual piano.
Yeah, but it was the whole setup was like, obviously you had the back where the piano, the main piano, and all the keyboards were for the that side of it, and then you could swap out with the other half of the class to do the computer side, do the computer exercise stuff. So
yeah, no, but like elementary school in particular, I remember playing on a floppy disk, mind you, Oregon Trail, and getting dysentery and dying. And having so much frustration over not being able to make it to fucking Oregon because I wanted to beat the damn game and I never could.
Yeah, no.
Or like writing creative stories was always fun to me too.
Yeah, no. For us, it was just like obviously learning to use Microsoft Word and those other programs, and then
Did you have like
I think occasionally you find one with whatever that skiing game where like the Yeti chases you down the mountain.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Did you ever have like the internet safety classes with like Mickey Mouse?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
I guess my school was ahead of the curve because we had those. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I remember learning, I feel like kids do not learn any of that today. It's mind-boggling how many scams they fall into because they don't have basic internet savvy like they should, which is also strange. But anyway, back to education.
Because also a lot of schools are just shutting down like creativity and imagination these days, which is literally like one of the best ways to help kids learn. Hell, and the thing is too is like if you make it fun, that's the best way to do it. Because like I have learned far more from fucking video games than I have any life lesson from like some random adult who like preaches shit to me.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm such an advocate for like push the video game aspect of it, because I mean it's obviously very insanely successful and engaging, and the majority of people love it. Exactly. So it's very easy to implement this into education.
Right, and there's so many options too. So it's not like a case of like, oh, they'll get violent if they play this game. It's like, well, then just don't let them play that game. Like,
yeah, right.
Or you have the schools in Japan that are like forest schools.
Yeah.
What are those?
They take them outside. Like they have kindergarten outside.
Yeah, like actually, go out and like not only out grass. Yeah, right. Have people outlet the energy, especially because
they take them outside. They teach them about like nature and like different animals and like mushrooms, and have them do exercises outside, and it's fascinating to watch these little kids and how responsible they are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have like the things where like they start to cook their own meals together and stuff, and all those kind of like it's created a more efficient system in society in in Japan, like in that aspect anyway. Like there's definitely a lot of flaws in Japan, but in that aspect, it's one of the most efficient in terms of society overall. Yeah. It's like it really shows.
Mm-hmm.
And like not only that, but they do a much more appropriate job of teaching, just general respect and manners across the board. Not even like,
just better human beings in general.
Not even like solely, like respect and manners toward like, just adults only, but like towards people as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, like towards each other.
Yeah. like meanwhile here in our system, like fucking schools allow bullies to get away with whatever they want, and then the moment someone strikes back is when they're in trouble. And they're, it's like they're labeled as the bad kid and yada yada.
Yeah, right. Oh, what fun! But I had another thought and I lost it. But yeah, no, that's wild. Yeah, because as far as like they're having the classes outside and learning about nature and things like that. Yeah, because like I got somewhat equivalent to that through Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, but obviously not every family can do that for their kid.
Yeah.
All right. So,
and like I still had like a form of recess until middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Like my 6th grade class still had time to go outside after lunch to like run stuff off if we wanted to.
Right. And that's the thing is like humans in general are not meant to just sit for like 10 hours a day basically.
Right.
Like at work or school or whatever, so it's like the fact we're basically suppressing our natural instincts to move and learn and like explore.
Mm-hmm.
Is like it's creating a much worse off generation bit by bit.
Yeah, because like, and especially for boys, because like we don't do well in just sitting in classroom all day every day. We need to have
like boys especially
they have a greater need for that physical outlet.
Right.
No. Yeah.
So
girls definitely need some physical exercise too, like every human does, really.
Mm-hmm.
But boys have that like rough and tumble that they need to get out, or else it just turns into outright aggression.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's causing an issue in society. Anyway, go ahead, MC.
Right.
So I watched a TikTok like forever ago, and I can't remember who it was, but they were explaining that the education system was built for the industrial age. Yeah. So basically, it was built to make kids learn how the industrial age system of work was. You had a schedule just like every worker would have in like the 30s, 40s, 1800s and beyond.
Right.
And that they didn't actually teach you skills that you needed to live outside of that, because that wasn't what it was meant to do. It was meant to teach you how to work, not to be a sufficient adult, and that basically those skills were supposed to be taught to you at home, which those skills are not taught to you at home anymore.
Nope.
Right, especially because the adults as is aren't even sufficient adults, let's be real.
Yeah, right.
because the skills have been basically taught out of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, none of the adults really passed them down because they weren't needed, or they were quote-unquote not needed anymore.
Yeah, I actually have a little interesting point on like the whole passing down thing too. Is like, so you notice how like every family and like everyone's been through this. Like they've had this like, there's always been this one thing in the family that just is inexplicable, like absolutely inexplicable. For whatever reason, because it just makes no fucking sense. So then when you question it, all you get is, oh well, my mother used to do it, and then you go back, their mother used to do it. Then like if you were to go back across the line, you would learn for some reason it's probably just something that used to be done because of a less efficient system or a reason to do it. And then you're like, well, now we don't have to do that because we have a more efficient system these days. So why have we been doing it all this time? It really goes to show how, basically that whole sense of like, I guess you could call it tradition, just passes down so easily and so mindlessly. And like, then the thing is, you have people who actually, when they question it, they're apparently, the ones who need to get in trouble for it, for daring to question that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, the school system was definitely not set up to make functioning adults. They're set up to make functioning laborers.
Yeah.
Right.
And at this point, that's no longer really a, viable system.
No.
Yeah, because things have, things have relatively changed fairly quickly over the past several decades. So, and obviously the education system hasn't been able to really keep up, where they haven't just simply neglected to put enough resources into helping it keep up.
Right.
Although we also don't put enough investment into resources.
Right.
Most of our resources go to.
I'm sure part of that's on purpose, because again,
oh yeah,
keeping the masses dumb are easier to manage.
They gotta suppress us, make sure we don't, we don't fight for our rights.
Would not surprise me at all if it was fully on purpose.
It absolutely is. There's no denying that,
Yeah.
Like, that ain't even a conspiracy theory. That's just like fact. They're controlling us.
I say it that way because I know there are people who genuinely want to change it and improve it and things like that. So I don't want to blanket state everybody.
In the political sphere, there are sectors of it that do not put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, a lot of it is just like, most of them are just trying to control.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is, of course, the older generation who shouldn't even be there because they're fucking deranged now.
Right. Can't remember what they were doing 5 seconds ago.
To be fair, I also sometimes don't remember what I was doing 5 seconds ago, but it's neither here nor there.
Well, it's a good thing you're not in politics.
Probably for the best.
I would get so angry being in politics, though.
It's just exhausting, man.
Right.
It really is.
Imagine MZ making some really, really important, impactful executive decision where if she fucks it up, somebody's gonna probably that's gonna affect so many people. And then suddenly she's like, "Oh crap, I forgot."
Oh my god.
MZ, why?
Oh god.
The people. Think of the people.
Except I'd put everybody else first and then just fuck myself over. Because that's just who I am as a human.
It's tries to make a cup of tea with the Kira, but accidentally launches the nukes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wait, shit, rock, no!
Immediately pressing the cancel button.
Cancel. Where's the cancel button?
There is no cancel button. What the fuck? Why didn't they add a cancel button?
What if you made a mistake?
Yeah. Just like I did.
Where's the fail safe?
I just wanted the Keurig.
I just needed a caffeine hit.
I don't even drink coffee.
Yeah. Well, you could always put I don't know, just do something that just use the Keurig for whatever. Put a cup of mozzarella sauce in it.
Yeah, or hot chocolate.
Ooh, mozzarella sauce in there. No.
Yeah, or some
that is not what that's for.
That garlic butter cups.
Yeah, right. They're about the same size. Should fit in there.
Yeah, same difference.
Oh my god.
Imagine spiking someone's Keurig with that shit.
It has definitely been done. It has definitely been done.
They sip their coffee. And
I may or may not have
butter.
been
it's like
a party to that. I may or may not have pranked some friends with that before. It's fine.
No, lovely.
I am a nice friend. You can't see my very innocent smile.
Yeah.
But I am very innocent. I promise.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yep.
I'm very innocent, and you can't say otherwise.
Yes, and poo smells like flowers.
He does.
Not that poo. Oh, bother. But anyway, so going back to school in general, so I wanted to talk about art with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I actually don't know.
Yeah.
Because so little context for the audience. So Tick and MZ as well as several others, they are Tick draws, MZ doodles.
Yeah.
They do role play stuff, art commission stuff and things like that.
We go to artists, buy stuff of our original characters and shit.
Yep, all that jazz.
All that stuff. Create worlds.
It's like trying to make our ideal escapism happen.
Been doing it since I was 15. No, 11.
Mm-hmm.
About same.
More seriously, when I was 15.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know what sparked y'all's interest in art. So take in particular, like when did you like first start like drawing seriously, and like MZ, when did you start getting into know the art world in OC and role play art world as well? So I kind of wanted to pick your brains about that.
Yeah.
You want me to go first? Since I'm older?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Elders, respect thy elders. Elders go first.
I was giving you the opening. So this is gonna age me like fine wine.
Oh,
So I started role playing on Neopets of all places.
Same.
I started doing creative. I started writing my. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's dial it way back. I used to make up my own songs.
Yeah.
From the time I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
There is the infamous song about how much I hated my mother for not letting me play volleyball with her coworkers, friends, kids. So I've always been more artistic, more like that, but I didn't really get into role play until I was about 11, 12.
Okay.
And then I hit the Neopets roleplay real hard.
Okay.
Right around the time that I moved to Ohio for a bit. That was my major escapism.
Yep.
I created characters. I roleplayed on forums.
Yep.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I would spend like all night at times doing that. And then when I hit 15, I joined an actual like RP forum site.
Yeah.
Where I met a lot of my really close friends now. And then I didn't really start buying art for characters until I met Tick. He is a bad influence for my wallet.
Yeah.
I've always appreciated art because I have a lot of artistic friends. A lot of my friends do art. Like one went to school for graphic design, one's an illustrator. She went to NY. She went to school, the same school that Julia from Drawfeet went to.
Oh, okay.
For art school.
Neat.
Interesting.
So she is an illustrator with a degree in illustration. Her brother did a piece for Wizards of the Coast, has a whole page. I'm very upset that she did not tell me that sooner rather than later. She does commissions, has an Etsy store, the whole shebang. The other one does VFX work up in Canada now. Like, they're all very artistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my whole life has been very artsy-fartsy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Tick, what about you? Where did it start for you?
Oh, I don't know, because, like, as a kid, of course, I was always, just, like, doing, like, the random regular doodles. Just, like, the random, like, this is a, whale, but it looks like a fucking, like, chode, or something. So, like, basically that kind of stuff. And I don't even know where it all technically stemmed out. I think it was, like, probably in my, like, early teens when I just actually started, like, getting proper sketchbooks and yada yada.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't really anything grand or exciting. It was just kind of go from there situation.
I mean, are you like just all self-taught, or did you like at least do some like specifically drawing classes in like middle school or high school, anything like that? Or
so it was mainly self-taught. Then I took a digital art class in college at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is in fact, like I actually did indeed take a year at college.
It's like, I just need this one thing from you.
Yeah, right. So I tried it out. It wasn't for me, so found my other thing in life.
Okay. And like,
What's it like actually going through a whole year?
Yeah. What was that like actually?
Oh, it was a lot for sure. Like, oh my god, the worst part was it was about like an hour and a half bus ride to.
Oh, lovely.
And of course to get from. So it was like basically 3 hours out of my day overall to go to and from college. The one I went to anyway. Oh, that fucking sucked. But like I did that, then what was nice, I was like, I only took like a few classes, just like stuff within my interest ranges, just to try and, try it out, basically. No,
Right.
it all went pretty well, got my credits and yada yada, and thankfully my mom was a teacher at an affiliated college at the time, so I actually got free tuition.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got a tuition waiver and
Neat.
everything, so that was really helpful. That's why I even went in the first place, is, because like I figured, hey, I may as well try it out and see if this is gonna work for me. But so I have all that stuff under my belt, but then at the end of the day, I was just like, and funny enough, I was actually I did theater there as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a theater kid.
Yeah.
I can.
Digital art theater.
I can oddly see it.
Yeah. It's like. Because, like, when I was a kid in middle school, we would do all those, like, obviously those school plays and shit. And I would be all the, like, the cool, like, monsters behind the mask and stuff. So, like, I enjoyed that.
You did.
It was fun to just, like, act out stuff like that and yada yada. But, so then I was like, fuck it, I'll try in college. And, that was entertaining. But it was, a lot of creative stuff back in college.
Okay.
One of my cousins did acting in college. I helped paint their scene for one year, and that was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Okay, so after the college stuff, what did you like to continue growing your skill? What did you do after that? Did you like just keep looking up tutorials online, or just kind of just winging it and experimenting with stuff on your own over the years?
Just winging it, and then after a while though, I did reach the point where I like started to like. Obviously go off reference and tutorials. But most of the stuff I did was like, based off of things I've seen already and stuff too.
Okay.
But, yeah, so and then eventually just went to doing reference and tutorials, and then that was really about it though. That's where I am now.
Are there any and I've seen you draw a few things here and there, but like are you like are there like certain themes you enjoy drawing the most or anything like that?
Yeah, just usually the fantasy stuff, like
high fantasy stuff, high fantasy creatures in general.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
pretty much that.
He likes animals too.
Yeah.
Yep. No, what I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, because they're the easiest. They're some of the easiest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and his puppers.
Yes,
You're right.
Simple and clean when you walk away.
Oh God. Don't make me break out in the song right now. Do it.
Let's see. Okay, so for people who might be thinking about getting into drawing, do you have any like recommendations for them?
Honestly, no. It's just one of those things where it's go with what works for you, really. So it's gonna be a bit tough because like you're gonna have to find what does work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess that's just more of like a thing in general too.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you want to get into anything, just understand like your best way to learn, and then capitalize on that. Like for example, I'm very hands-on. So when I was first getting into working with dogs, especially, like I contacted, or during my college days actually, there's a facility literally like 5 minutes off from my college, and my friend Omega, he was able to actually just get me there to and from easy because I would also go visit his place sometimes. So each week I would take a class with a German Shepherd breeder I had reached out to ask about a mentorship. And so that lasted for like several months too. And, I kind of got a lot of experience through that. And that helped because it was very hands-on.
Oh, and then that was essentially what sparked that journey for you as well? Or did that start, or something else start that?
More of a step. So back in...
Oh, okay.
It was back in fucking 7th grade when I was like, a small child.
Right.
That's
even smaller.
That's where I really reached that goal of I wanted to do dog training.
Okay.
Like I watched a lot of like the dog training shows and stuff, like
okay.
Yeah, like It's Me or the Dog and yada yada. So there was that. So basically, that's what sparked all that, and then I just kind of went from there. The contacting the breeder was like basically what helped me for in terms of just really getting further advanced and like getting some level of experience with more than what I had.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
And then you have me who just did choir for 8 years.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And my choir teacher actually told me to do that.
Yep.
Did you actually enjoy it though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I loved choir until
because I mean I know you like to sing here and there.
Oh, I love singing.
Yeah.
Singing. So singing to me is like speaking for everybody else. It's easier for me to communicate that way.
Yeah.
Like finding songs that express my feelings is a lot easier for me than expressing my feelings verbally. And I loved choir because I felt like part of a bigger a bigger thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it until we got the worst freaking conductor.
Yeah.
She so like look, I'm from Kentucky. We are in the middle of Catholic land. I get it. People want to listen to religious songs. I don't want to sing just religious songs. They get old and boring. But that's all this lady wanted us to sing ever. And it just got frustrating and boring and tiresome. So like my last 2 years were just ugh. They were awful.
Yes, need that gospel. Need that gospel.
No. Don't get me wrong. I love gospel music.
Yep.
But when that's all you're singing, it gets so old. Especially when you compare it to my first director, who gave us like a mix of different stuff to sing all the time. Like it wasn't just religious stuff. You would have like pop songs mixed in there, or like different languages that we'd have to learn how to sing. Like there was a French song that we had to learn to sing, and then we had Latin songs that we learned how to sing that weren't religious, just Latin or German or African or Japanese. Like
gotcha.
When all you're singing is church songs all the time, it just gets really old and boring. And then, like with choir, I traveled with choir, so that was fun. But traveling with all girls, I never want to do it again. Because... So the age range for this choir is from 6th grade to 12th grade.
Christ on a stick.
So 11 to 18.
Oh boy.
The amount of hormones and idiocy
is hell on earth.
Changing on a Greyhound bus with that many girls is a nightmare. The amount of perfume, the amount of screeching, the amount of glitter because they changed our uniforms to have glitter on them.
Oh, jeez.
It was a nightmare. We decorate for Christmas all year round, and I hated it. I also had to wear heels. I had to wear pantyhose. No, it was a no from me. After that, I was like, no. Just no. But I love music. So like my mom and I used to sing in the car all the time. I would sing melody, mom would sing harmony. It was the same thing in my dad's car. I would sing melody, dad would sing harmony. Like that's my wheelhouse.
Okay. Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah. So
some things about me do make sense, Nick. I promise.
Yeah, perplexed it out.
I promise they do. They're strange, but they make sense.
Okay. So, all right. So let's see. So while we're still on the topic of like skills you've had or currently have, so like, are there any like things you wished you had tried to learn while you were young, or things you might still try to learn now? Any skill sets or skills or hobbies that of interest that you probably still want to try before you reach your end of days?
Honestly, all the stuff I've been like interested in, like in terms of like testing out, it's always been stuff that's been a little too much to get into, or just like required a bunch of things, or just like the community around it was just bullshit and toxic. So I'm just like, I'll pass now.
I wish I would have learned another language.
Yep.
Right.
And like retained it.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah, because I definitely wish I had taken Japanese class back in high school instead of fucking Spanish like everyone else.
I wish they would have offered other languages. So like when I left my high school, that's when they started offering other languages other than German, French, and Spanish. Those were the only 3 that you could take. So I stuck with Spanish because that's the most useful one out of the 3.
Right.
I also wish I would have taken more of an interest in computers earlier. Like, I am starting to again, but like, I knew how to code on fucking MySpace and Neopets, and then I lost it all because I never used it again. And now I'm like relearning shit.
Yep.
And it's more difficult now because my brain doesn't retain things as well as it used to.
Right.
So see, we've talked about ourselves now, but now Nick, we got to turn the question on you. So, you know, like, what's your whole thing? Like, was there anything you were ever really passionate about that, like, you know, you just tried to drive for, you know, even if it didn't work out? Or is there any goals you have, you know, especially these days, or any goals you want to try out or anything like that?
See, I'm not sure. Like,
He's better at interviewing.
Because thinking back to when I was a kid, because like I've been doing that more often lately. But like, as I'm like remembering more and more stuff, and I was like, wow, I had just as little interest back then as I do now. Because it was like, yeah, the majority of it was just like, as far as the extracurricular stuff, it was just like really just to fill the time, just so I'd have stuff to do. Because like even all the scout stuff, the scout stuff was no fun. I learned a lot, and it was like a good experience. Right. At the end of the day, if my parents hadn't pushed me to do it, I definitely wouldn't have done it. Same thing with all my other extracurricular stuff. If they hadn't pushed me to do it, I wouldn't have done it.
Right.
But as far as like, I don't know, there's like nothing really particular I wanted to do. I mean, there was like everyone has like that brief period of like
right.
No earlier days of video games. Like, oh, I'm gonna get into video game. I'm gonna make a video game, but that didn't last long, of course.
Yeah. I did that with my friends, so
yeah.
Yep, been there.
But yeah, no, there's nothing particular. I mean, like.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where you're still kind of looking in a way, or just like you're waiting for something to really stick out to you, basically.
Yeah, like I'm keeping an eye out, but it's just like.
Yeah.
I don't know, because for sure, like as far as like going back and doing stuff over, I was still definitely like trying to learn Japanese because my school was offering that back in the day, so I definitely do that different.
Okay.
But as far as like really any like passionate interest, there's really nothing.
Yep.
Because I mean, sure I've got my snakes, but it's just like I'm not like so. Indoor, it's just like, oh, I have to have massive enclosures and like all custom decor and everything. Right. Oh, I gotta have like a little mini plumbing system inside, flowing water, intricate lights. No, I'm not going that far.
Yeah, it's not one of those things. Like, and the funniest part is like how people like absolutely get on, like, well, not even like just people in general, but like just the new age keepers will get on people about that. It's like, oh, calm down, people, please.
Yeah, right.
It's like it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm always down for like the betterment of like animals and just giving them something, to like, and like basically
like good quality life enrichment. Yeah, exactly.
But like you can also do that in more ways than just one. I don't think a lot of people are just like understand that and are ready to accept that reality.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be over the top, hyper creative with all this intricate stuff put together.
Right,
you can do it simply.
Like, you can just toss in some bedding and like give them a little oomph. That's really all you need sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm like trying to think back because what did I? Yeah, because I started on as far as like skills and extracurricular stuff. So yeah, because obviously started on piano when I was very little, and then eventually added on the alto sax in elementary school. No, sorry, first cello, then switched to alto saxophone.
Yeah,
and obviously continued both that and the piano up until all the way through high school and first year of college. Doing marching band in high school, and then again that first year of college. But I ended up dropping all that because my heart wasn't in it. Like especially like the last few years, it was just like it was absolutely fucking mind numbing. And I'm like, like especially the piano is like it's okay. This is great and all, but I'm just like it's just like gun mouth pull trigger.
You don't like music like I like music.
I love listening to music. I don't care for making it.
Yeah, I like making it and listening to it.
Yeah, I was like, I will listen and like try to hear stuff like in the audio all day long. But as far as like playing it and making it, I do not give a shit. I do not care.
Yeah, and I grew up listening to my grandma play piano, so I wanted to play piano.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a thing in my house.
Mm.
Yep. Yep. Similar thing with my grandma is like she played since she was like very very little. She would not play for the church and one. I was like, oh, my grandbaby's got to learn piano, so we can play together. And then,
Yep.
of course that whole
yeah, that expectation.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
It's like.
So my grandma always wanted us to try, but she never pushed us to like continue.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice.
So like, my little sister started lessons, but when we figured out that she had no interest, they stopped her lessons.
Yeah, well, that's good at least. It's it's one of those things where it's like they at least didn't force it.
Right.
Yeah.
But as far as see now, I'm thinking about it a little more.
Yeah.
Because a few months ago, I was writing some short stories just for the heck of it, and I did have a little fun with that.
Okay.
I might dabble in that some more.
Nice.
But I don't.
Escapism is fun.
I don't expect it to go anywhere. But with that, whatever. But,
well, you don't necessarily need it to go anywhere just to have fun with it, or to be passionate about it.
It's like, I have too much of a capitalist brain. I got to capitalize on everything that I can. But let's see. I mean,
right into your hands.
I think, huh?
You're playing right into the capitalist hands.
Yeah, no. No, it only serves me, not them. My version of capitalism now.
Right.
But I think what I will definitely do at some point is just try to learn Japanese on my own, because I do definitely still want to go to Japan at some point. I absolutely do want to do that.
Right.
So
Well, it would be a fun kind of thing to try out.
Right. I don't want to have to go there and do fucking charades and
right.
point at pictures. Wear this. Yeah. Where is this?
Ape need know. Show ape ramen. Speaking of travel, so are there any places like outside of Japan where anyone here would want to go? Because like I can guarantee we all probably obviously want to go to Japan, but like many. But is there anywhere else?
Because I mean, I've been to Canada more than once. I've been to the Bahamas.
Nice.
I think those are the only two places outside the U.S. that I've been to.
Yeah.
Yeah, just those two. But as far as anywhere else, I don't really have an interest to go anywhere else. I don't really care about the UK. I don't care. Definitely. I mean, yeah. I like Australia, but I don't want to go there because it's just
big ass spiders.
No, I ain't dealing with that shit. Nope.
Like I absolutely would go to Australia just for like the ultimate herping trip. Ultimate.
Yeah, if it was only reptiles and mammals, I would go.
Right. So another place I'd go though is Africa, but the issue is it's like there's some areas which is like there's just such a lawless land in Africa.
Yeah,
it'd just be one of those cases where you would have to honestly just buy a gun there and just leave it when you leave Africa, just in case, because like they're like because like it's like it's one of those things where it's like some of them are actually lawless. Like there's no police who can help you legally speaking. There's no government. There's nothing. You're on your own, and you either got to be ready to kill or not kill, or be killed.
Right. And then not to mention the fucking insane poachers they got down there that they have to have these super high trained guardsmen to deal with them for.
Right.
High trained units to deal with. Yeah.
They need to do what that one area in India does where they just gun them down on sight.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, get the rhino patrol in that bitch.
Yeah, right.
That's what they need to do in Africa at this point. Like, save the rhinos. The humans are kind of boring anyway. We've had our run. The rhinos are cool.
Yep. We need to keep our rhinos and elephants.
Yeah, right. We like the rhinos and elephants.
Yeah, right. We need, especially the elephants, because we need that breeding stock for bringing the mammoths back.
Yeah, right. Apparently. Oh man, imagine if they actually do.
Oh god, it's gonna be.
Oh jeez.
Oh boy.
Like,
let's hope it doesn't get out of hand.
Like, the biggest thing is, like, the funniest shit is, like, there's no actual evidence that we overhunted the mammoths. It's just that, the warming of the climate just simply was
right,
what took them
exactly.
out. Like,
yeah,
they couldn't keep up with the rapid change of the climate. Same with woolly rhinos. Like, there's no evidence of actual hunting being the issue. It's just simply climate change.
Right.
And it's like, especially with now, with society as it is, we've, obviously the climate's always going to be changing. It always has, always will.
Right.
But the thing is like, now we've caused it to change at such a rapid pace. We're just gonna kill off the mammoths all over again.
Yeah, right. Like our current animals can't fucking keep up.
Right. Like there are very few species who are actually capitalizing on the rapid changes humans are making.
Yeah, right.
Like
crows,
yeah, right. Yeah, foxes and raccoons. They're taking advantage of our trash and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Foxes and raccoons have better thriving populations in cities than they do in the country.
Right. Yeah,
that's an interesting thing to me is like how adaptable some are and how unadaptable others are. Which I mean, obviously makes sense, but it shows how some animals are like definitely at a much like basically our pace, and they're basically taking advantage of us when you think about it. I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna blame them for that one.
Yeah, because I remember even particular the because like that spike in was it koi wolves?
Oh yeah,
we had over these past few years. Yeah, they had like increase in those.
Right, and see the thing is, people are always annoyed about the coyotes up here in the Northeast, but the thing is, like, I don't think they realize that we're the reason they happened in the first place. Like,
you're right.
If we hadn't just gone around shooting all the wolves, we wouldn't have the koi wolves.
Exactly.
Which are basically the bigger, the better counterpart of like both sides. Basically, they take the best traits of each and just like turn into super predators.
Yep. It's like we made this mess now. We gotta live in it.
Yep.
And like, oh god, don't get us started on Florida.
Oh my god, fucking Florida. Yeah, right.
Got everything under the sun out there that doesn't belong.
Yep.
Oh jeez. But at least there's been like some small signs of like nature trying to like correct, because I think I saw a thing not too long ago about the bobcat population like actually like sniffing out and eating the python eggs, like raiding the nest.
I've seen that. That's helpful. Honestly, that's like a it's like because like obviously I love snakes, but like I don't like when they're invasive. Like
right.
Hell, the cats. Like like you have all these feral cat populations in Australia, and like frankly, as much as I love cats, I own 3. But I am totally okay with them shooting the feral cat population out there.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's just so out of control that it's just like literally killing off a bunch of very important species in Australia. And it's like, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, just listen, kill the cats.
He's like, yes, they're cute and adorable, but they're doing obscene amount of damage.
They're cute and adorable in the house. All good with that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still like perfectly okay with barn cats. But that's usually because the barn cats, like they live in an area where they typically have a already wide enough space to roam. That they create, and it's like the barns are usually so big that is their territory. So it's like
right, they don't need to go out into the wild and shit like that and do
like
harm,
with barn cat colonies. There's a reason you see them all in the barn and not seldom ever going past the barn or that territory of the farm. So that one I'm okay with because they live in a very different, I guess you could call it like system for them than other feral cat colonies which spread out routinely. But like, it's just one of those things like, and I used to be one of those cats can go outdoors people, and like Rudy still goes out, obviously, but like he's also basically just turned into that barn cat situation where he's a homebody. So, but as it is, he'll be retiring one of these days when he's too old because he's already fucking 9. Like, once he's like,
grumpy old man.
Yeah. So, but it's just one of those things where, now my 2 new kittens obviously are staying in for good.
Right.
I mean, they got each other and each other, so I don't need to do shit.
Yeah.
I'll just toss them some toys every now and again, and they're golden.
It's like, here, have this crumpled piece of paper. There you go. That should keep it going for a few hours.
Right. That's the funniest thing is, like, you have all these people, like, back on sort of like that enrichment thing with snakes, too. It's like, just in animals in general. You have this thing where people, I think the tough part, too, is you have all these people who think that, like certain things are the only way to go. Like you need to have the most advanced, most complex, most everything. It's like cats are surprisingly easy most of the time. There are some who obviously need a little more, but for the most part, your average generic cat that you just like catch off the streets or in a dumpster behind Denny's, you know, on a Tuesday night, like usually you just throw them like a paper ball or something, and they're gonna like have a fucking field day.
Right. Yeah, just any leftover empty boxes, some peanuts, you're good.
Right? Basically. Yeah, just get those packing peanuts made out of like cornstarch or whatever, and cats are totally safe with that. They can have a fun
100%.
time. You're gonna be cleaning up packing peanuts, but whatever.
It's like, or better yet, don't get cats, get ferrets instead.
Yeah, right. Oh boy. Making his love of ferrets again.
Yeah, right. Same difference, less maintenance.
Yes.
Ferrets you can actually close up at night in a cage.
Yeah, right. And they actually enjoy spending time with you on whether you prompt it or not.
Yeah, right. Credit for the ferrets there.
Yeah, like they're always down to hang with you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame that a lot of the U.S. bred ferrets are absolute dog shit.
Yeah, see,
are they all from like one line?
Yeah, the Marshall ferrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like.
Yeah, see, that was another thing I was considering at one point. Like, well, if I had the resources, I could see myself trying to get some from overseas and get a fresh breeding stock, a healthy breeding stock,
right?
and get my own set of brand of healthy ferrets, sell and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean that would honestly be nice to have in the U.S.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's so bad.
Right. Like, the amount of heartbreak people go through with those poor things, because they're always like, once they get like to a certain age, they start like dying off bit by bit. Some issue or another.
Yeah, and unless you have the finances, to pay, for the vet bills, whatever surgery or treatment or medication they need to get them through whatever defect they have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Because I remember back when I worked at Petco, so I think our dog trainer, I can't remember her ferret's name, but again, I had to spend a crap ton of money on his treatments and whatnot, but he got through it. So now he's an old man ferret. But
just the mental image.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
elder ferret with like a walking, like a walker, just like and glasses and stuff.
I had a full distinguished white mustache look.
Yeah.
No, but
a full beard.
Gentleman ferret.
But even better, this guy loved to get the secondhand smoke from when she would smoke weed.
Oh yeah.
And then whenever she'd be like drink. I don't know I know she drinks like whiskey or whatever, but she set it on the counter, and sure enough, he'd come up and start lapping up her.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Troublesome little critters.
They were fantastic.
It's funny because people get so fucking peeved over that. It's like, well, obviously, it's bad for them,
right?
But I think every now and again, it's like if they just happen to get into a little bit, and you catch them on time, whatever, deed's done. I don't see the reason to care at that point.
Yeah, if it's a large amount in one sitting, or if they're just constantly getting it all the time, that's a problem. But if you stay on top of them, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, if they go in just a single tongue flick in there, because you just turn away for all of a second, because ferrets are good at that. Then I mean, not really that big of a problem. Whatever, at least you caught them.
It's like, man, it's if they're an old man ferret, it's fine.
They're already on the doorsteps.
Yeah, right. Let them go out with a bang.
Yeah, like a primarily expired ferret. Yeah. Nearly expired, but so let them do their thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, but yeah. Oh, who knows? Maybe one day we'll see.
Yeah, right.
No, see, that's what I'll do. I'll move to Japan and start breeding ferrets there.
Right.
There we go.
Japan's top ferret breeder.
Exactly. It's like move out to the country, just get a nice little quaint little house.
Out in the country.
Yeah, right. Just ferrets running all over the place.
Maybe go raise some Wagyu beef.
Yeah, right.
Make a hell of a killing on that. Yeah, right. Feed those ferrets top tier beef.
You're right.
Imagine.
It's like, oh no, this isn't for sale. This is for my ferrets.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have parts that aren't really, that humans aren't really gonna eat much of. You may as well.
Yeah, right.
Or if it's stuff that's not really small enough for ferrets or whatever that they wouldn't really get through easy. Just give it to someone's dog, I guess.
Yeah, watch me like inadvertently make like a breed of ferret that live like 3 times longer just because of the Wagyu beef.
Yeah, right.
Like, yes,
Yeah,
genius.
right.
Like fucking living as long as parrots. Like, what the fuck?
60-year-old ferrets.
I don't know if I want to see 60-year-old ferrets. I feel like that would be an abomination.
I feel like that would be the downfall of society. So,
yeah.
like everybody's keys would go missing.
Oh my god. I can see it now.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, no keys, can't go to work. Oh well.
Honey, have you seen my keys? There's a ferret like crawling out the window. But like instead of like actually crawling out like a ferret, it's like it literally has the window open and it's like walking, starting to step out like a human.
You're right. The start of Zootopia.
Yeah, right. That's where it all began.
Oh,
that's how Zootopia
no.
started.
Oh no. No.
From Wagyu ferrets.
I'm done.
It all
I
began
can't.
with the Wagyu ferrets. They're like the reigning mafia.
No. We already have a mob boss in Zootopia.
Like, who do you think he learned it from? Who do you think started it?
Yeah, I started with the
my
Wagyu
goodness.
ferrets.
Yeah, right. Ferret mafia. Yuck, ferret yakuza.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
aren't they called a business? Or what is it called?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
the business.
Amazing.
Oh
man.
see, yeah, I need to write that down. Perfect movie idea.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the newest movie by
Nick
Disney,
just
the
like
Wagyu
pulling out of his
ferrets.
notepad.
Like make a cartoon series about it or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, have it be a good creator though, like someone who's like already done really good media and has like a good track record.
Yeah, right. I'll get the Castlevania animation team on it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Just hyper
I don't know.
stylized ferret action scenes.
Yeah, right. And they need to make sure they have like really good like fight sequences and stuff.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Needs to be super
I don't know how I feel about this.
No,
I think we might have taken it a step too far.
we must go further.
Oh no.
Plus ultra.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, so now see the thing is in this world so obviously they usually have this shit like guard dogs like humans have Dobermans in movies all the time. So what would the ferret equivalent of a Doberman be is the question.
Oh.
Like what would they unleash on people, like when they send in the dogs?
Maybe minks.
Yeah, that's like their mastiff.
You're right.
Basically the same size as them.
Just an army of North American minks.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Then their integral prop point is the rats are like on a rebellion.
Oh my god.
The invasive rats, they're trying to rebel against the Wagyu ferrets.
Oh. Yeah, see, I'm seeing like a full like Planet of the Apes style version of this in my head now. So obviously you have like the ferrets like kind of like being like the leaders and most intelligent variants of it, but then you have like the minks or other like larger, bulkier stouts would be like the gorilla variants. They'll be like
right.
that.
Imagine the fucking like Planet of the Apes style, like fucking the ferret going no.
I can't wait to see what the comments are going to be about this one. I think I might actually have to go and look at them this time.
We don't really get many comments, but like...
You never know with a plot point like that.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I think we definitely have our title for this episode, though. Yeah.
Yeah, right. The ferret yakuza.
Wagyu.
Ferret yakuza.
Wagyu.
ferrets.
Yeah, the Wagyu ferrets. Just like have like a bunch of like movies all about like random things.
You're right.
See, that's why we
How
should
to train your ferret.
Yeah.
Uh,
How to train your leopard gecko. But then like instead, like the gecko just like jumps off a cliff and just like splats on the ground.
Oh my god. I can't. My face hurts.
In the year 2077, in the wake of the nuclear fallout, it mutated several of the wildlife.
Yeah, right.
The ferrets gained hyperintelligence. The leopard geckos grew to massive sizes and grew 2 heads.
Yeah, right.
Look, I plan on being alive in 50 years. I don't expect there to be nuclear fallout that soon.
The ferrets have weaponized the giant leopard geckos.
Oh my god.
The furries have allied with the ferrets in the hopes of breeding super hybrids.
Ew. Also, the furries wouldn't do that. That'd be the other ones. I don't remember the names.
It's like the majority of humanity has been wiped out. The survivors are now forever on the run from their ferret overlords.
Yeah, right. But then, like, you got to do the stereotypical movie thing where, like, there's a very obvious difference between the female ferrets and the males.
Oh god!
Like that stupidly obvious difference.
Yeah, right.
They're like it's like really dumb because they're just fucking ferrets, so like it shouldn't matter, but like it does apparently.
They have to have eyelashes.
Yeah, they have like
That's the way you go.
really like clear eyelashes, and like most of the females are Angora though too. That's it.
There you
They have
go.
that long luscious fur, and they have really beautiful hair. They use conditioner a lot. They're very well conditioned, you know. They have great conditioner for ferrets.
Makes it extra shiny.
Yep. You know, so when the female ferrets come riding in on their minks.
No, they're battle minks.
They're armored minks. No wait, they're armored saber teeth minks.
Don't forget the scantily clad armor.
Yeah, their armor is very like dainty, but like it somehow like it grants them divine protection from anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I mean, they got fur, so I mean, they don't want to overheat them.
Yeah, true. Like also, we don't know the climate in this world either. It could just be like full on desert region, something.
Oh my god.
Mad Max Furry Road.
Dead.
All about scantily clad ferret woman.
Trying to get resources. Reducing other ferrets for their resources.
The ferrets have captured fertile human women to breed hybrids.
No! I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, then it's just like a bunch.
It's like the furry art is their religion, so they based it off on that, and it's like, we gotta make this happen.
No! I hate it. I'm dying.
Too bad Saucy's is not in here right now.
I know.
Like they're coming, but like, damn.
Missing arguably the best and worst part of this.
This is fantastic.
Fantastic, my ass.
That was great. This is great material right here. This is awesome.
Yeah, right. This is like...
Is this on par with the bunny backstory?
The what?
That's what I want to know.
Wait, bunny backstory? What?
We gave Tix Bunny a backstory.
Yeah, my one male rabbit.
Oh.
And how much he hates his job.
Yeah.
Like, and so what? The bunny gets hit by some bunny truck, gets isekai to a world where he's the only male bunny.
Yeah, right.
No, I believe he became an escort to try to pick specific dates, and then determined that wasn't any better. But I forget if we came up with a conclusion to the story. It's been a bit.
Yeah. That time I got reincarnated as a rabbit again in another world.
Again. Keyword again.
Yeah, right.
Damn it!
Like, I was already a rabbit, but now I'm a smarter rabbit.
Smarter rabbit. I have opposable thumbs now.
Now I have rational thought. Now I'm just a furry.
I mean, Lola Bunny was a thing.
Yeah, right.
For a lot of boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Right.
Live out those dreams.
Yeah, just gotta make it turn out like the those like rabbit people in Final Fantasy instead.
Okay, that's fair.
Which are conveniently all women for some reason.
Of course they are.
There's no male rabbit people.
Yeah, right. Yeah, in this storyline, there's no male rabbit people.
At least the cats. There's a good mix.
Yeah. That time I got reincarnated as a sex change rabbit woman in another world.
Oh my god.
I mean, you gotta have the long titles for isekais, you know.
Like, read it now on Webtoons.
Yeah, right.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, you're missing the best conversation.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what to tell you.
Don't worry, we'll just run back to fun stuff like this eventually when they're here.
See now I'm like picturing like going back to our like post-apocalyptic like ferret run world. Like, so now I'm picturing them like them fighting over the last remnants of like humans with like so like because I want to have like I'm trying to put in like more species that might have been affected by the nuclear fallout. So like
hear me out. Like they got to ally with the Amazoness rabbit women.
so I was like thinking like that or like specifically
Oh my
muskrats just for no reason.
Yeah,
specifically muskrats for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like those like swamp people.
Yes.
Like they're gonna be like the rednecks of that world.
Yeah, right. Like the last remaining like water sources. So now the ferrets and Meg's got to come in and try to like take their territory for the water source.
Okay, but what about the amphibians and the spiders and
I feel like what if those became like mutated, but they're basically like just feral beasts. So they gotta go like Monster Hunter style on that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can see the swamp dwelling muskrats taming like large spiders or some shit.
Yeah. They like ride the spiders through the trees.
I just want to see one with a peacock spider. That's all I want.
The peacock spider.
Specifically that one because they do dances.
Yeah. They gotta like they mount their spiders and like ride them through the trees. They like web sling like Spider-Man.
Yes.
Do acrobatics through the trees on their spiders.
Amazing.
It's like, and then we need to have like a common enemy for them both. So like say like the so I said like the corvids like benefited the most from the fallout, and they become like super massive, like huge, like ancient birds that could like easily pick up
there would be a lot
an
of
adult
extra
human,
shinies.
right?
Yeah, or even worse, the corvids like they learn to control the like some like larger, more feral beasts. Like they learn to control the bears, but like they only have like the bears are like the dragons of that world, where it's like they're nearly extinct.
Oh my god!
but like they're massive forces of nature, so they gotta find ways to kill them, like in like fucking Game of Thrones, where they have that dragon spear.
Okay,
and then one of the corvids like becomes the mother of bears.
Where's my barinator?
Does each continent have their own? So like North America has a bear or a buffalo or something.
There's like the grizzly variant, and like maybe like up in Canada they have their polar bear variant.
Yeah, right.
Or the moose.
Yeah.
And then you go down to Africa and you get like lions and
the moose are like the war mammoths of the series.
Amazing.
Oh, this is great. We have a whole series to put together here. We gotta write this down.
Yeah, right. Like, write it down. Send it into like a bunch of developers.
Gonna be like a 30-book series.
Right. See that's the thing you can start writing the novel for, Nick.
Yeah, right.
There's your stuff.
We can collaborate. We're great for pumping out ideas.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Just the entire book series.
If we're good for anything, we're good for ideas.
Yeah, right.
So I need to like give it like a name for the series similar to the inheritance cycle for the Aragon books.
Oh yeah.
We can't do Fallout because that's a video game series.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Right.
Chernobyl would be way too on the nose.
Yeah, right. Like, we would definitely need something creative for the title screen.
It's like the inheritance cycle.
Yeah, right.
Oh God.
The InFURgence.
That just sounds like one of those super shitty.
Instead of the insurgents, the InFURgence.
Yes, perfect. Yes,
there we go.
Yes,
That just sounds like one of those shitty spoofs on a classic novel that they put out forever ago.
Yeah. Oh, that also.
Like Pride and Prejudice and Zombies or whatever.
right.
Sausage here. Oh my God, you're missing it. We have the best idea ever.
Okay, go on. Hit me with the idea.
Okay, so yeah, Nick, you just do it.
Okay, so we got on the subject of pets and like specifically ferrets, and so it just evolved into like this whole like made up like story or like circumstance with far future post nuclear fallout where ferrets become like super advanced and they're like managed to like, and it's like changed them like other stout mammals, and like we started adding in like the other rodents and other animals into the mix and whatnot, and it just devolved into this whole like crazy story scenario of just like like furry but not furry, like post-apocalyptic future.
There's a mafia with ferrets.
Yep.
Yeah, we like we went from
a religion
to post-apocalyptic hyper advanced.
Yeah. Yep.
That is so fucking stupid, all of it.
So we've just been like.
Spiders have become a mode of transportation.
Yeah, and it's called the InFURgence.
The InFURgence cycle.
I feel like this is just the rough draft of the name.
Yeah,
you're right.
You're right.
The rough draft. Shut up. I think InFURgence should be like the final name.
What is it?
What?
InFURgence should be the final name.
Oh, like the final book.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then like here's the thing. Then it becomes serialized and turned into a movie. So the final movie, based off the final book, like you have like one of the ferrets like standing on like this like blood-soaked battlefield, like the only ferret standing left. Just see him looking off into the sunset with a flag plays down, and he just turns back. The InFURgence. Just like zooms in on his eye.
Oh my God.
And then that's when the title screen, the end title screen pops up. The InFURgence.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
Gotta have the dramatic music. Oh boy. Oh boy.
All of such fucking crackheads, I swear.
It's like in association with Duke Weaselton Production.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Duke of Whistleton.
But no, I feel like we definitely need to get some like obviously some mutated wolves / like werewolves, but not in there for Ozzy. We need to get them. To include them in there somehow.
Yeah, right.
Wolverines.
Oh yeah, Wolverines. Yep.
Yeah, no, they're called.
We don't need radioactive wolves. You can just take them straight from the fucking Twilight Saga. And
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Fuck all back.
It's like, no, but they can change into humans. We don't want humans.
Yeah. See, what'll be is the wolves and the Wolverines decide to hybridize, so they're the Wolverines.
Oh my God.
They became one kind, the Wolverines.
The Wolverines, bro.
We're attacked by the Wolverine clan. Oh, here's an important part. What kind of nationality or like style accent would the ferrets have? See, that's a good question.
I mean, I figure you could just do like, obviously you have like the American-based ones, then you can have the one like the European-based ones.
Yeah. So like my big question, what would the focus be though? Who like which of the ferret colonies would we focus on?
A little bit.
I mean, I guess we can start in America. Then at like some point they manage to like figure out sea travel, and they can like eventually encounter their European brethren.
Imagine they fucking like see like a sea lion for the first time. Like remember when when Optimus Prime had to like beat the shit out of the like Robo Rex? That would be the first taming of the sea lions.
Oh my god. It's like Ark all over again.
You're right.
That would be the first.
This is how you tame things, right?
Yeah, right. They tame giant pigeons for flight, and they tame the sea lions for water travel.
Every time somebody mentions pigeons, I think about how like real life pigeons have the saddest fucking backstory on the planet.
Right, they were literally celebrated as war heroes and like sent messages like and now they just get treated like absolute garbage because nobody loves them anymore. Right?
The amount of people that don't know as well, like I don't even know if it's because I'm an animal nerd or whatever, but the amount of people that I'll tell like, oh yeah, you know, the pigeons that you see in the city,
yeah, right.
They didn't exist of their own accord, you know, like we made them, we bred them to act like that, and then we fucking abandoned them, we released them in mass.
Right, after we literally celebrated them as war heroes once upon a time.
Yeah, and now they're all like fucking catching diseases, getting hit by fucking trains, cars, killed by cats, foxes, dogs.
Right, and we're like intentionally killing them like falcons because they're apparently too pesky. It's like, come on, people.
Yeah, literally, like I was thinking about that when, like where I used to live, we had a park, like a big park. It's called Greenwich Park. If you've ever wanted to visit the UK, you've probably seen Greenwich Park on like a tourist attraction thing. Okay. But they hired a guy that had falcons and shit to come and take care of the pigeon problem. Yeah. But what really killed me when they hired him, they sent out like a fucking pre-warning and they put posters all around the park and it just basically said, the falcons can't determine between a pigeon and a small dog.
Yeah,
please don't look at a small dog. That fucking kill me off, bro. Like, imagine just walking a fucking sausage dog or something. And
right, you're just walking your chihuahua.
Just comes down and like, nah, fuck you.
Oh my god, I saw a video of that once on YouTube of like a fucking Yorkie got like absolutely dusted by a falconer's falcon.
Oh.
That's so foul, bro. I was like, damn, y'all really like these animals working for you, but you can barely control them.
Right.
See, I'm just picturing a fucking like peregrine falcon just taking the head off of a small dog, like that fucking duck in that one
clip. I don't want to picture this.
It's like boom, gone.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up. I love it.
Imagine more falconers with like golden eagles, but like remember that one fake video of like the golden eagle that like took the baby, even though it was a fake video. Imagine that like happening all the time though. just people's actual babies being toted off by a golden eagle. It's like what the fuck?
I mean, like coyotes already do in some places. Yeah. I don't see why some large eagles wouldn't can't do it.
Coyotes and dingoes to handle that already. So
yeah, right.
To that one here in Australia that cultivated a dingo ate my baby.
Right, and the fact that, like, right, and then like the fact that it became such a running meme, even though it was like someone's baby actually got eaten by a dingo.
You know what kills me the most about that is that nobody believed her, so she went to jail.
Yeah, right?
Like, she got fucking sentenced for killing her own child, and then years later, they found the child's clothes in a dingo den. They were like, oh, shit.
The way they were like, oh, my bee, dude, and it's like, what the fuck? You son of bitches.
She has to have been... Because, people that kill kids and they go to prison, the other prisoners that have kids, that love their kids, they will fucking brutalize people.
Right, yeah. So she must have been... she definitely got messed up, dude.
The fuck up, bro.
Yep.
All because of an accusation.
All because a fucking dingo looked at her baby and was like,
yeah, right?
I'll take that. You know then, like... Realistically, why are you leaving a newborn baby in your garden?
Right, no, that's my thing too. It's like, why are you leaving a newborn baby out there just like, unguarded for a dingo to eat? Like, and how do you not notice an entire dingo coming into your yard?
Fucking skill issue, I guess.
Yeah, right. It's like that one woman who dropped her entire child into into the enclosure full of African wild dogs, and then, we all know what happened there. Shit went down. Yeah, that kid was not coming out alive. Or in a whole
There was not even a second where anybody could have done anything to save that kid. Like, people could have jumped in after it and they would have died too.
Right? Like dead ass. Like, you're gonna have a better time with the gorilla enclosure than the African wild dogs.
Right.
Rest in peace, Harambe. I'll never forget you.
Harambe was an inside job.
Oh my god. The fact that they still put up a billboard for that thing.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
My goodness.
I have to drive by it every year.
It baffles me though. Like, surely if you have an animal like that, you get to know it in the time that you have it. So, like, he's sitting there, probably hasn't ever actually gone after a keeper or whatever, but he's sitting there watching this kid, like, oh, this child's naked, where's its fur? And they're like, oh, you gotta shoot him.
Right.
Why? Don't shoot him, bro. Just, like, lead him away with some fucking watermelon or what the fuck ever.
Give him a banana. Like, I'm sure, like, do the classic thing the zookeepers always do. They just trade something.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. We teach animals to trade for a reason. Right? Not like because I ever think I'm gonna have to ask my dog to drop a child in favor of
right. Yeah, because remember he doesn't have the right name to be a child mauler.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be something very cutesy. You should have named him like Cupcake or something.
I should have named him Skittles.
Yeah. He would have become very notorious around your area.
You guys know that Harley's first registered name at the vet was it was just Harley, and then his second one was Lieutenant Shitlord the First.
Why the fuck didn't you keep that name? What the hell?
It's just on his medical, like, I didn't think that the registered name stayed on their medical profiles, but when we moved to the vet that I've got now, they were like, can we have the medical history filed out, like, faxed over? And I was like, absolutely, like, let me get the guys to email you, they'll send it, it's gonna be fine. So they pulled everything from his files and it, and then I, like, went back to the vet and they were like, why does it say Lieutenant Shitlord the First? And I was like, wow.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Imagine having to explain that kind of thing.
You're right.
I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, it's the vets that I have in my new place. I'm used to vets being like, like you walk in, they're not interested in you, and they're kind of not interested in your animal either.
Right.
But I have a dog that can be difficult at the vet. He don't bite, but he will.
Yeah.
So, I have to, lay down some law as soon as I get there. But the first time I went to this vet, like, I walk in, and, like, me and the guy are talking, and I was like, right, do you want to check him over? And he's like, no, yeah. And I was like, oh, why not? And he was like, well, he's still wandering around, like, I'm going to check out the place. In my head, I was like, what? You know what you're doing? You're letting him take his time? What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
And then, like, every time he had to do something, like, Harley's had injections, he's had blood drawn, he's had whatever the fuck else in this new vet, and every time this guy has to do something, he does this thing where, like, he'll wait for Harley to chill out enough so that he can actually go over and touch him. And, like, Harley doesn't, like, thrash or the fuck ever, but you'll go to touch him and he'll just walk away from you. And he'll wait for Harley to, like, stop doing that and then, like, sit down of his own accord so that he can do what the fuck ever he's meant to be doing to him. And then when he's done, because I said to him, like, hey, when we finish doing shit at home that he doesn't like, at the end, we're like, oh, we're finished! And then we have, like, a little party, and, like, Holly thinks it's great. So I have this grown-ass man and his entire team of vet nurses. Every time they're finished with him, they go, oh! And, like, he's, like, partying and shit. He's, like, jumping around. He's like, I love these people. Meanwhile, I'm looking at them like, wow, I really take the time. Nobody know what you're doing. There was a vet nurse that was like, Holly was showing some signs of like, hey, I'm done now, leave me alone. If you get to that point before we finish doing what we need to do, then it gets a bit annoying because then I have to try and convince him to continue going on with this thing. But he was at this point where he was like, I'm done now, I'm fed up. And we'd already done what needed to be done, but she wanted to pet him. But even at that point, he don't want to be touched by anybody. So he's like, showing very good, leave me alone. It's not like a warning, it's just he's asking for space and she wasn't respecting it. And he just, like, we were chatting and he just reached out and, like, put his hand on her shoulder, the vet. He's like, drop. He's like, right. And he's like, because if you carry on the way you carry on, he's going to bite you. I was like, that's okay. This guy knows.
He's like, all right, hey, look, sit down with me for a second.
Yeah,
right. Literally,
Let me see you.
Just dead ass pulled to like, please sit down, bitch.
I was laughing about it though, because like she left the room to go and get the fucking I don't know, like the meds or what the fuck ever. And he's like, I'll never understand why people want to fuck around and find out with the power breed. And I was like, me too. I don't get it either. Like he could fucking I muzzle him because I'm of the opinion that, like, vets need their hands for their job.
Right.
And it'll only take,
helps.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll only take one crunch of his jaws to prevent you from doing your job for up to, like, 6 months.
Right.
At best. Permanently at worst. Like, if your finger happens to get right in the back of his mouth, it's not coming back out.
Right.
So I muzzle him anyway, and the amount of people that are just like, oh, you can take it off him, he doesn't like it anyway. And I'm like, oh my god, do you not like having hands? Do you not like your tendons? Are you fucking stupid?
Like, do you not want to be able to masturbate anymore?
Right.
Like, for real, like, me muzzling him is just me being respectful of these people, and they're just like, you can take it off him if he's more comfortable. I'm like, are you comfortable losing your hands and fingers?
Yeah, right.
Maybe even your face if you piss him off enough and he happens to go upwards, because he has not a habit, but he has one time he decided that he wanted to try and eat a vet. He didn't go for her hands in the slightest. He leaned back and looked at her face, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, right.
She gave him, he had to have 2 injections. Like, I came home from work and I was just vomit everywhere. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I took him to the ER. He had to have a steroid injection and something else.
Yeah.
And you're meant to do, if there's a steroid injection in whatever you're doing, you have to do the steroid one last. Because the steroid one hurts, it burns. It doesn't feel good in the slightest. Even for an animal with a high pain tolerance, it is not good. It's like putting fire underneath someone's skin. She did it first.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And he was already feeling like, he's an emotional guy. He was already feeling emotional because he was sick. And I made him walk to this fucking ER because I didn't have a car at the time.
Yeah.
And, so she put the steroid in first. And he took the steroid, and it takes a second for it to kick in and start burning. But the second it started burning, he turned around, and then I watched him. He took a whole step back, and then he started leaning down like he's just going to jump straight for her face. And I was like, can you leave? You go away for like 10 minutes, just let him chill out. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. They don't normally like this injection anyway. And I'm like, well, why the fuck did you do it first?
It's known.
If you do that, it's gonna happen. Why did you do it first? I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know you had the fucking steroid one in your hands.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, I wouldn't let you do it. Yes, I'm talking about you and all your stinkiness. Yes, I am stinky man.
All right. Well, now that we finally have you here, because so earlier we were talking about art, like specifically, like where did it start for you, and like what has your journey been, developing that skill? Like, did you take any classes for it, or are you mostly self-taught? So what was your artistic journey like, Ozzy?
Okay. It's like a call-out post, but for my child self. So where did I start? Because I feel like it's. Alright, so when I was really, really, really young, I started watching anime and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, I found Wolf's Rain.
Yeah.
Around the same time, I found an adopt website called Chicken Smoothie. You
Oh,
guys have definitely heard of it.
yeah.
Yeah, right. I was on
there.
like old times CS before it became a massive fucking money grab.
Dead ass.
But so I was on there, and then people were selling artwork for the characters that you could adopt on there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's such a great idea. So I started doing it. But when I was doing it, I was really shit. And I can't lie to you guys. If you look at the very beginning of my artwork, you can tell what I traced and what I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, what I didn't is very solid,
Yeah.
very blocky, very spiky.
Right.
What I did trace is unnecessarily smooth and like
Right.
wildly anatomic break. But what didn't help as well is I used to play a game.
Yep.
I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. I feel like you've definitely heard of Feral Heart.
Oh yeah.
But back when, before Feral Heart existed, there was the OG game called Impressive Title.
Oh yeah.
So I played that game, right? And it's just basically a character creation game where you run around. There's nothing you can actually do in the game.
Right.
But like you role play on it or whatever. It's really fun. Or it was really fun when I was younger. I probably wouldn't find it as fun now.
Okay. I just googled it.
But
Yeah.
yeah, like it was a really cool game. There's loads of fucking drama surrounding it, but it was a really cool game. I wanted to draw my OCs. I've never taken. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless
Anyway, Jesus.
Bless you again.
One more time.
Thanks. Oh, anyway, I wanted to draw my overseas and stuff, but I've never taken like I always wanted to take a life drawing class, and I signed up to one, and then COVID happened.
Oh, okay.
But I've been drawing since I was I've been drawing since I was like, I want to say 9.
Mm-hmm.
Just like random doodles or whatever, and then Ferret, Impressive Title came in.
Yep.
And it started being character stuff around like 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've never actually sat like anywhere and had anybody teach me anything. Everything that I can do now is things that I've taught myself, digital wise anyway.
Yeah.
I learned some stuff in we had like a fine art class you could take in secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
Got the highest grade. But yeah, that's like about the only thing I've ever done. Otherwise, it's just about I can't like recommend this enough. By the way, I'm so sick of the way the art community is just turned into like, you can't use references.
Yeah, right. All that sort of.
I'm not praising shit, motherfucker. If you think I can think of these poses in my head, my little schizophrenic brain, it's not happening. Like, I don't know how things are drawn automatically. I need something to show me how things are drawn.
Yeah,
you know, like
right.
I'm trying to learn. There's nothing wrong with using a reference.
Yeah, right. Like for my most recent that chocolate shepherd one, I used well, I only really did a reference for the face, and then the rest I just did myself. But like, point is, it's like it's like references are important.
Not everybody can picture that as clearly in their mind, so
right?
it really
Like
helps to have that point of reference.
Right. Like I work with shepherds enough that I honestly can. It's just like I like to have something on hand anyway, just cause.
Right.
Because like especially if I can use like the reference point as like just like sort of like a again a reference, then like I can build off it and like decide how I want to position it and all that jazz.
Right.
But even when get so fucking sick and tired of it, you can't use references, because even when you look at fucking like, do these people really think that like Leonardo da Vinci and like fucking Van Gogh were sitting there drawing shit out of their own head?
Yeah, right.
They're looking at shit and recreating it in a way that fits their style. That is referencing.
Right. Yeah.
Like, the referencing that people have a problem with it's not even fucking referencing. You guys are just looking at like straight tracing and going, oh, I don't like it. Okay, well that's fine, because nobody fucking likes tracing.
Like, they'll look at tracing and be like, oh, that's referencing. It's like, no, it ain't.
Yeah, like it's completely different. But then also, like on the same beat, when you just start drawing, I recommend to everybody that just starts drawing, sit and trace something.
Exactly, because then you get the feel of how it
trace
goes.
It for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, trace it for as long as it takes to make you feel comfortable, and then when you're done with that, sit down and break that body shape down into shapes over a traced image.
Right, because like as long as there's no actual profit being made, then there's really no actual issue with tracing.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's not like they're making a profit; they're just practicing.
No, for real. It's like, bro, what's your fucking problem? There's people out here just trying to practice this shit, and these guys are like, no, shut the fuck up.
Right?
AI art, AI.
Right.
Yeah. You're gonna fucking whine at us about, references and whatever, but I've got motherfuckers making the same Sonic the Hedgehog OC through AI.
Yeah, right.
Selling it for $5 on DeviantArt.
Right.
Also, for anyone that's not in the server but watches the podcast, which I doubt you use this, but on the off chance you do, if you ever see an adopter you want and it's made by AI art, technically it's public domain, so feel free to rip straight from that design.
Yeah, right. You can just take
it.
You could then you just trace that shit and it's yours. Boom.
You're right.
Quite honestly, I do nothing but recommend stealing from AI artists.
Yeah, right.
They're making a profit by stealing from me.
Basically.
Not me specifically, but
yeah.
Right.
And then it pisses me off when I see people on Facebook that are like I've got this one girl on Facebook that I think she added me ages ago out of some dog book drama or something.
Oh yeah.
But,
okay.
She's a nice enough girl, and she's got some cool looking dogs, but she keeps using. I can't even remember the name of the fucking AI program. You know the really popular one that everybody uses? We just type in
Midjourney
images. Yeah, that.
Okay. Yep.
So she uses that.
Okay.
She's like, well, it's fine, because I'm not making money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using these images to make pictures of my dogs.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'll take that. But then I want you to sit and look like when you upload it to Facebook, and all your friends are going, "Where did you get that?"
Right. You can't credit the artist that it.
Yeah, like you can't credit it, but you can say, "Oh, I did it on this fucking AI app," which then means that all these people are going to go and use this AI app instead of paying an artist to do it for them.
Yeah, basically. Right. And like I'll do AI sometimes just for concept stuff, but like I keep that entirely private for myself.
Right.
I highly recommend using AI for concept stuff. Sometimes there's things that you want to do that your brain just
right. So AI can be helpful for that. Just like as long as you're not like posting it up, because then you can't give credit. It's like just if you're gonna do it for like concept stuff, keep it entirely private until you get it done up by a proper artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting it for reference is one thing.
Was used for concepts.
Yeah, like AI has its benefits, but also it's like it just becomes such a shit show now.
Yeah, like, do you know the amount of artists that used to use Midjourney and other AI programs for background concepts?
Yeah, yep.
Because, like, do you know how fucking hard it is to come up with a really cool, good-looking background by yourself without a reference or spending time doing concept art? And then, we're like, oh, we could utilize this, but we're not fucking using the concept as the final.
Right.
Like, things still change when we go ahead and finish the image, but... Jesus fucking Christ, stop making your fucking ugly ass OCs. They all look like shit anyway. They've got like 63 fingers.
Right.
On one hand,
fingers that are way too skinny.
Like, I love, you see people like, they make comments, they're like, oh, you can't even tell it's AI. I'm like, yes, the fuck you can't, bitch.
Yeah, right?
The fuck you want?
It's just like that one, like, realistic zebra one I posted a while back.
Oh, yeah.
Quote-unquote realistic.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, because, like, if you glance at that image, there's nothing wrong with it, but you get, like, it's when you look away, there's like an eerie... Right. I'm allergic to Midjourney. Anyway.
Apparently.
Like, you look at it, if you just fast look at that image, it's like, oh, it's fine, but then as you're looking away, there's a little voice in the back of your head that's like, something's wrong.
Okay, so going back to your Noah, obviously growing this skill, your journey with that. So, like, aside from the two classes, I think you mentioned you did, like, so, like, in between all that, what would you mainly do to help like, I guess, though, form your particular art style?
Just like, literally used to sit, no exaggeration, I used to sit and draw pretty much from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't paid stuff and it wasn't anything important. It was just doodles of things that I liked that I wanted to draw better, so I just draw them over and over and over again. Okay. It's really helped making friends in the same community, though. Like, I have Fiji, their artist name is Fiji Devil. They're on Toy House. Their shit is insane. I think Shadow's seen some of their stuff. But their shit's insane. They actually went to an art school, but I didn't. So I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking help. I need help. I'm like, Fiji, please. So, like, Fiji loves me. So Fiji's like, anything for you, Beyonce. I have somebody else called Klechka Dav.
Okay.
She is a Bulgarian artist, and most of what she does used to revolve around designs, but she's branched out into doing like more illustration stuff. And like, she has obviously the worked upon skill, but her talent for this shit is insane. Like, she just has an eye for everything. It's nuts. So she's who I'll go to for, like, inspiration. She's who I talk to about, like, colors. I, like, walked into a group chat of these people drunk, like, 4 or 5 months ago, and I was like, I'm really drunk, so I'll take criticism really well at this point. What do you guys want to see more from me? And then she was like, shading, I want you to play with colors more. And I was like, I can't see the colors. And she was like, I know, but you need to try. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, right, just toy around with anything, any kind of colors.
Yeah, so, I've been trying afterwards.
Make
putting some shading and stuff, playing with lighting and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, like, I did that one fucking pin-up of one of my Anthro guys, and that one came out phenomenal. I really liked that one.
Yeah.
So, a big part of my process is asking my artistically vibed homies for assistance.
Yeah.
But I've only been doing that in, like, the last 3 years.
Right.
Okay.
At most.
Yeah.
Everything else is just, sitting down, drawing until I'm happy with the way it looks. And I can't even tell you guys how good it feels when you draw something and I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, I did that.
Now, as far
I
as
was sketching some fucking werewolf shit yesterday, and the pose was so hard, and I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, I did that! I got it! It's me!
Yeah.
Now, as far as like your go-to themes, is it just majority of stuff you do just anthro stuff, or is like you do like? 'Cause I know I've seen you do some like occasionally some human stuff.
Yeah.
But is it just mostly anthro stuff
I'll
for you?
It very much depends on like what I'm fixated. You can tell what I've been role playing by what I'm drawing. Like I have the OC for the Witcher one. He's called Magne.
Yep.
I will always have a Witcher hyperfixation. So I just doodle him as a person quite frequently. But I started using him in another AU, in another roleplay server, where he's a werewolf. And that's werewolf shit.
Of course, he's a werewolf.
There it is.
Yep. But if I'll have to like go back and try and find one of my old DAs because there is nothing that says this child went into a psych ward at least once than my old DA. But you can see it. It's actually quite. It's depressing to look at. But then what annoys me is like some of the artwork that's on there. I'm like, damn, that's like more emotional than what I do now. I need to get back on that level. That's crazy. But I can't get back on that level because I went to therapy. So. Yeah, a big part of my inspiration will be, like things I'm role playing. My favorite themes are actually, in fact, ferrets and like werewolves and stuff instead of anthros. But
that's surprising.
well, my friends like anthros, and I role play anthros. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And so it's like as far as like the roleplay side of it, I guess that like goes all the way back to like I guess what Ferret I guess would kind of count as like an early day roleplay kind of scenario for you.
Generally, that's the case.
Dude, it was so dramatic.
or like the days back on roleplay on like fucking Wolf Quest, doing like
okay.
Remember when they didn't have that fucking chat censorship?
Yeah, right. They had those fucking freaks like doing wolf sex and like
babies. They'd be like fucking 10-year-olds role playing wolves raw dogging in the forest and then killing kids 2 seconds later.
Right.
Not surprised.
It was always a blackface wolf called like Blade.
Yeah, right.
Like killer.
Like it was always the black ones that had like some edgy name.
Oh jeez.
So like remember like they were never invited. Like it was never spoken about. Like you'd be fucking around with a wolf pack and be like, oh, we have fun. And this guy would just appear. Like he'd just log on to the fucking server and then be like, I'm here to kill all your kids. And like so we just took that. We were like, yeah, okay, I want to play that. Like
right.
Bro, like the fuck? It was so fucking funny. And then like fucking Impressive Title had its own. I think I went from Wolf Quest to Impressive Title actually. I think about it. Yeah, I did. But Impressive Title had its own weird shit. Like I was looking at this is still some no lifers on that game to this day.
Yeah, right.
And I was looking at like a family tree that somebody had made of the OCs.
Yep.
There's one branch is literally a circle. And I was like,
oh,
no. And then another branch says like incestuous non-con and kids that came with that. And I was like, damn, we did that. How? Then I'm thinking about it. There was a pride of quote unquote lions that weren't like, actual lions, but I don't know if to explain what they were.
Right.
So there was a pride of quote unquote lions, and it was called the Motra Pride. I think it's like death in French or something.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, right. And like every lion, one of the lions that started this pride was dark red and bright red, and then the other one was black and red.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was great.
Like the Shadow of the
Actually,
Hedgehog or Lord of the
species
Savior or
name
something.
too, because it just makes it funnier. The black and red one was a vampire lion,
Yeah.
and the dark red and bright red one was a species called a blood beast.
Yep.
Anyway, so we had that pride.
Yeah.
Not me writing down these concepts for our future mutated advanced ferret movie.
Yeah, right.
And you need to write down as well that the blood beast was called the blood beast because they had like a berserker mode. It was like a berserker mode that was straight out of. Do you guys remember what are their fucking names? You know, Kay Federer's comic.
Yeah.
I've never heard
It
of
was
that.
like Swift Kill and
Yeah.
So it's like Swiftkill and her sister or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had like giant like direwolf type things, but they had like a berserker mode if they got in like a certain amount of, I think it was like emotional stress or like anger or whatever.
Like
but it was like, the same thing, just in a lion that was a lot bigger than a direwolf. So you had that pride.
Yep.
And then its enemy. I had no hand in making these prides or their names. Like, I want to preface that before I say this.
Just a witness.
Pride was called Blitzkrieg.
Of course.
Really?
Which is, as a 28-year-old, I'm standing here and I'm like, man, this is wildly inappropriate.
Right.
Super appropriate.
Yeah, they named it Blitzkrieg, and there was a war. Like a very
shocker there.
Genocide-y war. It was great.
Really? Never had guessed.
Yeah. It really fucked me though, because like when they first made this, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a litter. Like, does anybody want to apply for a character?" So I applied for a daughter to the two main characters from Merch Pro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want in with the cool kids, and they're like, I'm just role playing as a baby lion, and then like I look to my left and there's genocide, and I was like,
Those names are fucking wild though.
Like,
it was just nuts for like 12-year-old me used to stay up till 1 a.m. watching this shit happen.
right. You'd be up at like ungodly hours, just like role play on Wolf Quest or some shit.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, my foster mom would be like, "Go to bed," and I'd be like, "No." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because the colorful lions fighting."
Yeah, right.
See what's happening.
Yeah, they're having a territory dispute.
Yeah, like they're having a territory dispute in a map called Badlands that is essentially concrete and acid.
Oh my god.
I'm not even joking, it literally was just like brown, like concrete, sandy, whatever the fuck, ground, and then like some random mountains from, like we used to play Old Age Zoo Tycoon and you press the like ground leveler too much to open up.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like that. And then you just had like quote unquote acid, but it was just like coloured water.
Yeah.
Like picturing like young little Ozzy, up all night watching all this go down. Like this is her version of like a trashy sitcom. Like she just can't stop binging.
Right.
Dude, I would sit on fucking Neopets and watch drama happening in role plays. Like, you don't understand.
I miss the main character dying because I had like a school exam or something. So I had to go to bed. So I missed the leader of the pride that I applied to dying years after I got into it.
That's depressing.
It was so fucking funny though. Like looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, I was really pissed off about that.
Yeah, right.
I don't even mean mildly pissed either. I was pissed, bro. Like, my first time playing, I was like, go to bed. And I was like, no, I'm gonna miss it. I've been waiting my whole life. Literally, for this moment.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, I just did real life, like high school camping, like summer camp bullshit, because I was not nearly as cool. It's fine.
Oh, look who has normal prods again. I forgot to check him, and now he's laying down. Looking at him.
Yeah, nope,
no, you don't.
I was outside touching grass.
I went outside. Sometimes.
I went outside on like school trips.
Yeah, going to fucking week-long Boy Scout summer camps. Thankfully, no band camps. I managed to avoid that bullet.
Yeah.
I
went to band camp once.
Oh, fucking hell.
Twice, actually. Forgot the second time. Probably for a good reason, but...
Yeah, right.
Probably.
It is band camp after all.
Yeah, right.
There are so many things that happen at band camp, I learned.
Oh,
yep.
boy.
Because a lot of my friends were in marching bands.
Yeah, a lot of stuff goes down at band camps.
I learned so much that I did not want to know about my friends.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because we only ever traveled just for the competitions, never for any like camp stuff or summer camp stuff.
Yeah.
Just it was all either just practicing at the school or away for competitions. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but oh no, it's wild. I think I because because I'm trying to think. Because like my first like proper, like so my parents just had like a pretty like dinky PC in our home. It was nothing fancy. Because like I think the most I could do on it was play like Sonic CD.
Right.
And like I would know, of course, no pirate anime when I got to like middle school, high school.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah.
The majority of my entertainment was also just console gaming. So like again, like wasn't until I was like pretty much. When did I get my first gaming laptop? When was that? It was like I think it was in my early 20s. I got my first like proper gaming laptop, and then of course I got my rig like 2 years ago. Year and a half, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So I missed all that online shenanigans for the most part.
Yeah, we had
This is trauma.
we had 2 desktops. One was my dad's, and one was like the family desktop.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically took over the desktop. Because my little sister was too young, and my mom didn't really use the computer when she was home. She would watch TV. So if I wasn't reading in my room, I was on the computer playing Neopets or role-playing.
I get never get into Neopets.
I only got into it so much as like surface level. Like I made some money, but like most of my entertainment was through role playing and writing. So like
Yeah.
Gotcha.
of course my introduction to it was from my dad's ex. Her daughter like made me sign up for it when I was 8.
Yeah.
She was obsessed with me. It was creepy.
Yeah.
She didn't want me hanging out with my actual sisters. Like, it was weird.
It was cute for all of 5 minutes until you said that last sentence.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm like, ew, how unfortunate.
Yeah, she also didn't bathe regularly, and
Oh.
it was
Fuck.
yeah. It was.
No longer want this
Some more
conversation.
going on there.
She wanted a sibling really bad and had some mental health issues that were not addressed,
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
and her mother just ignored it.
Don't they
Yep.
all?
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, where have I heard this before?
Yeah.
Kind of common. But yeah, so that was fun.
You?
I need to like go back in time and just have y'all live in like DMV area. That's just unheard of here.
Yeah. Right.
Shit like that does not happen, or if it does, it's very, very, very well hidden.
Big one. Holly, move. Holly, back up. Come on, man.
Let's see.
I'll be right back in a second. I need to blow my nose so badly. I just sound like a little
Okay.
Got an alien up there. Gotta blow it out.
I would not be surprised. It is Aussie.
So then we just hear
Yeah,
like an
right.
elephant trumpet.
Just start hearing the elephant song from the Jungle Book.
Right.
I'm trying to think. In high school, I signed up for, but like there was a forum that was basically like an advertisement shop sort of thing for other forums.
Okay.
So I signed up for a bunch of different RPing forums
Yeah.
where you basically signed up to play different roles or to fill different like character roles that people wanted. I did that for a while.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Okay, I'm back.
I think I did a Harry Potter one once. I did a hometown one
My
once.
boyfriend bad language.
What?
What?
Someone's teaching my boyfriend bad language.
Does he not already know bad
Yeah,
language?
you're right.
He knows like British bad language, but then there are things that I only really hear Americans say, like when it's like
Like what?
Run it back.
It's playing a Lethal Company if anyone that might be interested.
Is running back? I'm confused. Is that bad?
If you're ever walking out on the street and you see some people arguing and one of them says, "Run it back," just leave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just put that out there. Leave. Walk away. Run.
Okay.
Actually.
All right.
Not a sentence you ever want to hear.
Okay.
Let's be real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
God, I think
I just knew nothing.
I can't remember who it was
Yeah.
that joined the server earlier this year.
Okay.
But like we were like they would go like what we're talking to them, they were welcoming everything, and they used Riz. I can't remember who it was, but I remember I made a big deal about it. I was like, oh, we got a Riz user here. How young is this person?
I'm so glad I missed that.
They probably left soon after, so.
Probably.
Yeah, they were like, damn, look at this old dude greeting me. Talking about my ribs.
Well, no, because like it's that, and like MZ's like, what the hell is Riz? MZ's like,
Oh.
to explain.
I
Riz
learned
to her.
what it was soon after.
Bless.
And I learned it.
Eventually.
Hey, I knew it before my little sister did, and she's younger than me. So
Like
I've got
5,
that
does she know how
going.
to speak?
I mean, you're also in Kentucky, so I don't have much hope for to be
Yeah.
able to keep up to date over
Uh,
there.
How many Kentucky Fried Chicken jokes do you have to hear throughout your life?
I was just thinking.
Just wondering. Because I was going to make one, and I was thinking, nah, I've definitely heard that before. And then I was like, I wonder how many times he's
I
heard that joke.
actually don't hear a lot of Kentucky Fried Chicken jokes. Mostly because they're not funny, for one, and for two, KFC is not great.
Yeah, not great, not good. So who cares
Yeah.
anymore?
Like, KFC is not where I go to get my fried chicken.
Right.
Oh, we got a Popeyes here very recently.
Popeyes
and,
is
like, it
pretty
just-
good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it just got built. But like we've had Popeyes in this country for a minute. But one got built kind of by where I live.
Okay.
So they were opening the day that me and Camille were coming home from work for like the weekend. Like we'd finished. And they were opening at 11 a.m. So we were in the area at like 8 a.m. There was a fucking line outside. Like people had fold-out chairs to sit on and wait for this place to
Why
open.
does that sound like when...
The chicken sandwich came out.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
But, like, it kills me because the reputation that Popeyes has like from what I've heard, the reputation it has is not great. Like everything's fine about it until you eat the biscuit or what the fuck ever, and it's like trying to eat a brick with sand in it.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah, I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
like
they
I'm
did.
saying,
I feel like they were good back in the 90s. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
they
right.
did to
And
them
then
now.
now there's a reason the memes exist about the Popeyes biscuits.
Mhm, right.
I don't eat the biscuits there, so... I just know the chicken's decent.
Definitely for the best. Just
So
stay away
fucking-
from those biscuits.
whoa. What's
But like
happening
there's a local chain that I prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I don't.
Or the grocery store here.
Yeah.
The grocery store has good fried chicken.
Ah.
Surprisingly.
Classic
Because like now I'm
Kentucky.
thinking about it, I think I very rarely ever have like proper fried chicken because it's just not good anymore. No, it's just not good.
Yeah, right. It's hard to
I
find.
have no desire to seek it out.
At this point,
The best fried chicken I had was at my... The best fried chicken I've ever had was at my dad's side of the family. They had like a family reunion
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
when I was like 11-ish.
Okay.
And we joke that white folks can't make fried chicken, but these old ladies could make some fried chicken.
Well, see, here's the
It
thing.
was
Once
so fucking good.
It's once you get to a certain age, you gotta be a grandpa
right.
or a grandma though, level age.
Yeah,
Like, that's when you're.
seniors
that's
have a
the-
good chance of having the know-how. Yeah.
Once you're at
And also-
grandparent tier is when you like immediately just like develop this innate ability to cook well. Usually.
And also they were like, they live right on the Tennessee border, so
Yeah.
like they're real southern.
Yep.
It was so good though. It was like
Yeah.
perfectly crisp on the outside and super juicy and perfect on the inside. I dream about that chicken sometimes.
It's just full on chicken wet dream.
It literally is, though.
It's just like, just like having a dream where like you're like making out with the crispy chicken. Just playing some kind of romance song.
It's more like I wake up with
basically.
Unfortunately, my mama was not one of the ones that made it.
Yeah.
So I can't even ask her. I want to say it was like one of her sisters or something.
Yeah, I think like the closest thing I get to fried chicken nowadays is either from
yeah.
God damn it. Why I am
Chicken tenders? Is it like
no from like so either McDonald's, Wendy's, or Chick-fil-A. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't remember. I don't know why I couldn't
Those are
remember
not fried
Chick-fil-A.
chicken.
I know, right? That's like I said. That's the closest I get to it now.
Yeah, right. See, what I like now is like the more like like Eastern style of fried chicken these days, where it's like it's not like actual,
Korean.
Yeah, basically, where it's like you just got that crispy exterior, but it's mostly just like it's mostly the chicken and the sauce that do it, but you just got the crispiness,
Yeah,
See, I don't really like my chicken wet. Like the sauce on it.
More moist chicken.
Yeah, right. Don't worry.
So like the way that Koreans usually do it, it's called banban. It's like half and half.
Right.
Where it's like half with sauce on it, half dry.
Yeah.
And I don't like when sauce is on it. I'm not a big sauce person to begin with, though. But I do like when it's like super crispy like that.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to try the Mongolian beef I can make.
Yes.
Mongolians.
Yeah, because I know there's like sometimes with sesame chicken, it can just be on like just like a little too thick sometimes.
Right.
Or it's just like it's just more of like the congealed mess coating it than
right.
I kind of gotta get there like oh god.
I like a thicker, denser sauce, but I also like it like nice and runny too enough.
Right.
So what I do with my Mongolian beef is I add a lot of brown sugar actually, because I like the sweeter taste to it than the everything else. Because the sweet helps counteract against the super salty taste too from the soy sauce.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was supposed to go to Jungle Gyms today. Fuck.
The fuck is Jungle Gyms?
So Jungle Gyms is like a super huge grocery store that has international stuff.
Yeah. Because MZ was supposed to go get stuff for ramen.
I can go.
But why is a grocery
tomorrow.
store called Jungle Gyms? That's so misleading.
Jungle Gyms. It's called Jungle Gyms because that's the name of the store, but I think it's because it's like themed like a jungle. It has a gorilla outside.
Yeah, so they need someone in like a fucking gorilla outfit to pop out, like when you get in the store.
The original store had one when it first opened.
You need a natural like jungle gym play area for the kids, like McDonald's style.
Even better, just put an actual gorilla in the store. Add a little thrill to your shopping experience with a real life silverback hunting you down.
Yeah, right. If you can collect all your items and complete your purchase without getting caught by the gorilla, it's all free.
Yeah, right.
There's two different stores.
Here at Jungle Gyms, we pride ourselves on survival of the fittest.
Oh god, that reminded me of some.
Yeah.
I can't remember what specific. I think it was on TikTok or something. But I can't remember what they were specifically talking about.
Okay.
But they were like kind of like coming up with ideas to like kind of help get people more active. So it's like so obviously you can get everything shipped to your home. So people don't have to go anywhere. Everyone's more sedentary now. So like instead of that, let's say you got to go to the grocery store for some. So like instead of just being able to simply pull it off the shelf and go buy it, have it like get to the aisle and then an item runs off or it's attached to a robot or something and they have to like chase it around the store and actually catch it before you can purchase it.
Oh my god.
Or imagine a pet store
Make
where
more free food.
imagine a pet store where like every week they have like this whole thing where they like set up an arena and just like release a specific species, and if you catch it, you get it for like 75% off. You want this gerbil? Go get it.
Put like a mini little track circle around like every fast food restaurant. I was like, okay, well, you can order your food, but you need to make 10 laps first before you can put in your order.
You get a higher discount for the more laps you do, but it has to be
exactly. There you go.
10 per rep.
Yep. No Olympic athletes allowed.
Yeah, right.
And have like the fine print.
All right.
Like if you run professionally, not allowed.
If you run professionally, you just already get a discount.
Like no more than half off for professional athletes.
Amazing.
Okay, looking at this jungle gyms was yeah. You definitely need a real silverback there to encourage stuff. Some power shopping.
But yeah, that's
I think you could do these things, but release them randomly. So release them at random. There's no like set time in the day in which like supposed silverback or like fucking mountain lion is going to be released into the shop.
Right.
It'll just be
a whole plethora of like jungle animals.
Yeah, and we'll also make it worse and make the shop so that it's only open 5 hours a day.
Attention shoppers.
Really avoid this animal. Like it has to happen while there are people in there. Because if you left it like 24 hours, people are just not going to show up.
Yeah, right.
Until dead of night.
Right. Attention shoppers, we are now releasing the Jaguar. Wait, what?
oh my god.
I want them verbally just start playing like music.
Right.
Like the fucking Jaws thing. Imagine not being from like that country or that town, and you go in that shop.
Yeah, right.
Like,
what the fuck is this?
You just go right in there in that shop and like, wow, this seems like a nice place, and then just like a Jaguar like power slides you. Get dropped from above.
See now I'm picturing like whenever someone tries to steal something, you have the detectors at the entrance to the store. You just hear the clip of Caesar going, "No!" And just 50 Corellas just descend from the ceiling on the person.
Attention shoppers, we are now releasing the drop bears.
Drop bears.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Or just like a hyper-venomous snake pops out and bites over trying to steal the item. It's like, you will die in X number of minutes.
Right.
It's like, if you complete these series of tasks within the time limit, we will give you the antidote.
Looking at the ads for the week, apparently there's ground elk.
Imagine they had specials based on like special meat they had. So like today's week, ground elk with live elk. They just unleash a live bull elk and right into the store.
Like if you can actually catch and kill the elk with your bare hands, it's free.
You get to take the entire thing home.
Oh my god.
No weapons allowed.
Oh fuck.
Easily.
Coliseum style, the fucking like at the grocery store. Just get a gladiator or a whole lion.
You're right. Yeah. It's like we're now having a special on alligator meat, and yep, you guessed it, and you gotta catch it yourselves.
Yeah, right.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's like
It's a confidence booster.
Yeah, right.
Encouraging.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like a double package of that one because obviously you get the meat, but then you also get some nice boots and handbags out of it.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
And then you get the confidence of knowing you were able to take down a whole alligator.
You're right.
Or you get murdered in the process. I mean.
Well, then you should have taken down the alligator.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or not come to the store.
Yeah, right.
Come to the store.
Yeah, right.
Probably that one.
If you don't want to face the silverback gorilla, then you don't go to the silverback gorilla store.
If you want to be a basic bitch beta cuck, then go to Tyne or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
right?
care.
Yeah, then
I can't with you all. I can't. I just can't.
oh man.
fucking pussies with their Amazon Fresh from grocery stores.
Yeah, right. Damn. See, what Amazon should do is, if you want to get your package, you got to fight an Amazon animal.
If I want to get my Amazon package, I could literally just drive to the hub, because that's where they all go.
Yeah, but see, then what they'll do is they'll have to ship out like the Amazon animal from the hub. So you don't know what you're gonna get. There could be a loose jaguar in there already, even.
No.
You might have to like go through like a sea of caimans.
Well,
Buddy, I've been in that warehouse. It ain't that good for any animal. Especially humans, but like, I don't know if we really want to subject good wild animals to that.
Or what they'll do is like if you go out to the store, but then like someone secretly will come drop off the jaguar at your doorstep.
Oh my god!
Like put it on a chain on like your front porch or some shit.
Yeah, like the package is like attached to its collar. It's like, there
I feel like this is more designed to get me killed than anything.
No. You'll get there eventually.
It's designed to get people in fucking shape.
Yeah.
It's badass Americans.
Yeah,
Come on.
Oh my god!
Also, it's designed to help problem solve. You'll learn better when your life's in imminent danger.
Gets people back in shape. Helps teach survival techniques,
Yeah.
and it helps population management.
Yeah, like sure, you're never gonna like encounter a jaguar in like the average like Kentucky area, but like just in case, now you know how to fight a jaguar for your package.
In case you go to that part of the world.
Can we go back to the mutated ferrets now?
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, right. Only I control the jaguars.
It's like I alone control the leopard geckos.
Yeah, right.
It's the sound effects. I can't. My face hurts.
Trying to see a ferret do an intimidation display on like on one of the mutant bears.
Yeah, right.
Okay, to draw the attention for like Cobra style drop down.
Yeah, right. Just like a spear in the back. Yeah. And also, can we just talk about the fact that like in that fucking movie, like that was probably the only brown bear in California at that point. They just killed the last brown bear in California. Considering the fuckers kind of went extinct a while back. In California, like there goes California's last living brown bear.
Yeah, no, that was the one that had escaped from the zoo with the rest of them.
Yeah, right? California's last living brown bear, and now it's dead. And also now I need to know, does California even have elk? California elk.
Maybe like super far north, maybe?
Yeah, they do. Okay, so that one at least made sense.
Okay.
Let's see there. Okay, so the Tool elk is a subspecies of elk found only in California, ranging from the grasslands and marshlands of the Central Valley to the grassy hills of the coast. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, okay.
And with that, we have officially reached our time, so that shall be a wrap.
Thank you all for listening. We will catch y'all next time. This has been the Not With That Attitude podcast. See ya!
Farewell, everybody.
Bye.